Barak, Yahweh, Alam, Shalom, righteous family. Welcome back to TRU-TALK. And I just want to vent. This is Marriage and Sex Education 101, uh, righteous and biblical marriage and sex. Not of this world. And speaking of this world, excuse me, in this world we have different trends, things that like to I say be in style at certain points. And a lot of times they don't go out of style. And I'm not trying to be coded. I don't want to be nasty, but I want to make sense and be direct. This is a generation of butt play. And I've seen it kind of manifest itself. Now, do you think it's a coincidence that since the time that we're living in, this highly sexist and homosexual environment where everybody got somebody gay in their family, and it's, every TV show got a gay actor or sitcom got somebody gay playing in it, lesbian, homosexual, whatever you want to call it. Just all this buying LGBTQ, whatever they call themselves. You know, the alphabet kids that, I'm queer, I'm bi, I'm lesbian, I'm a dyke, I'm this, I'm that, I'm him, I'm them. And we got this whole, I don't even say movement. The movement has been passed. It's just, it has been established. It's just growing. And this uh, new way of thinking that there's no such thing as gender. And of course, there's a lot of pushback, or some pushback. But for the most part, a lot of people are jumping on the board. But they're not too worried about those that's, I'm going to say, 25 and up. Even though those people has been programmed and got to. But they coming for the younger generation as they do, because they know the younger generation, what they trying to uh, involve into is a genderless society. And it go back to Satanism. People really don't understand what Satanism are about and how this new agenda of homosexual and no gender play into Satan's and Satanism plans. When they have these little rituals, these people that serve the devil and Satanists, and they have these sex rituals. And goes man with man, woman with woman. It's just a big orgy, and they just having sex with whoever they want. It don't matter the gender. And they do a bunch of wicked and nasty stuff, and they believe that the more bigger the orgy and the more energy that they can do, that they letting off in these rituals. They believe that they letting off that energy when they do these orgies. They letting that energy off into the world. That's their way of serving Satan and doing these rituals, and that's how they get rewarded when every time they do these rituals, and they do them often, quite often. Uh, they believe that they letting that energy off in the world. And we see that this energy is off in the world, and this is what they want. When you look at the Baphomet or the statue that represent the goat, represent Satan, uh, it's a man with breasts. Well, it's a goat with breasts. So we got bestiality, we got an animal with female breasts and a man body part. And, that's what they want. They want a world where it's gender fluid, where there's, if I'm a man, it don't matter. I can sleep with a man, I can sleep with a woman, I can sleep with an animal, I can sleep with a child, blase, blase, so on. We just, anything goes, as they like to say, do as thou wilt. But how does this agenda start? If you notice, they started pushing it with entertainers as always. There's no coincidence that, I remember turning on, about 7, 8 years ago, looking at certain uh, famous uh, famous podcasts. The Breakfast Clubs were one, and I forgot they had some old singer up there, and they just went in a conversation about butt play. And this man, he was talking about, yeah, he liked to do it. It don't make him less of a man. And he had all these women out there, they co-signing for it. Like, yeah, if I don't mind doing that to my man. That don't make him less of a man. That's just what he like. And I've seen a lot of these podcasts and TV shows and YouTubers having this conversation. And why? And if you don't know, they don't just wake up and say, let's see what the day brings. They have a schedule. They have through the week, they know who's coming. They know what topic they're going to talk about. They even ask the people before time, do you want to talk about this? Or do you not want to talk about this? They done said this many times themselves that they be prepared, that they know what they come to talk about through the week. So, they can do their research, and when that day come, they can, be real steady and reverse and can have their opinion on it. But so, and through the week, if something changes or, somebody may come and visit, then they'll let them know ahead of time. But it's not random. They just don't have conversation. These things already be on the table, what they're going to talk about. So why was this on the table where they said we're going to talk about butt play? And they're really promoting it. Not only that, the rappers. You started hearing rappers rap about that. And what I like to say, a lot of these down low brothers trick a lot of straight brothers into thinking that it was manly. Because it's no coincidence that during this time, a lot of this dude, I think the main dude that was on that show talking about it don't make him less of a man because he like butt play, got caught with a trend and was said to be down low. I don't want to tarnish anybody's name. This is not true. I think it's a famous R&B singer, 90s R&B singer. But I don't want to say the wrong person's name. But nevertheless, that came out. And you had people defending him, was like, well, that's what he like, and this and that. Thug, young Thug, dressing with dresses and pocketbook. Once again, they want this world to be non-gender. They want men to not dress like men. If in the future they want men to dress in skirts and dresses and women to dress in boots and you just won't be able to tell what gender nobody is. Thug won't be honest, but they gave him money and promoted him and said, hey, we want you to promote these things. And people are so ignorant, they just show their shoulder and say, Thug just thug. That's just thug. That's just how he is. But he just gay. He just dressing women clothes. When did he start doing that? Before this Negro was all famous and on TV, I didn't see him with a person to dress. It was when he had the youth attention and everybody was listening to Young Thug. Is when he stopped putting on dresses and purses. And just as they calculated, y'all slide with it. Y'all just say, well, that's just him. He's still a thug. He's still a gangster. Ain't nobody gonna mess with him. Just because you a coward don't mean everybody else a coward. But nevertheless, this is what they breathing. And I seen how it started with through the entertainers pushing this and a lot of podcasts and casters and interviews pushing this type of talk. And of course, they have beautiful women in the game, and these beautiful women be at the interviews, and they be making like, "Oh, if my man do this, it's okay with them." And I can't think of the other rapper, these female rappers, Megan Thee Stallion. I can't think of the other woman. That's what they famous rapping about. They rap about, I'm gonna eat my man butthole. So now you got these rappers and these females singing about doing it, making it sound cool. And the truth is, that's influence. That's impressing on people. Get people mind to thinking, is she rich? Is she a boss? And she say she do this and seeing it got herself together and everything under control. She make it sound cool to do. Then I might give it a try. And they got different names from it. I think it's called eating the cake, eating the cupcake, tossing the salad. Uh, Beyonce and Jay Z. I had no idea what Jay Z was talking about on that song. Him and Beyonce, drunk in love, drunk in love. I can't sing it, but go back and listen to that song, Beyonce and Jay Z, drunk in love. And when Jay Z part come on, he said, "Eat the cake, anime, eat the cake," playing on, uh, what is love? When Ike told Tina to try to take Kate. But I didn't get the joke. Then I realized what he was talking about. He's talking about eating his back end out. And then when he said they flashed the camera to Beyonce, and she have a look on her face like, yeah, 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 I did it. So what? And this is how they market this stuff and get this stuff out little bit by little bit, get people to thinking about it, thinking about doing it. Uh, this new rapper that I was starting to like, Dozy, but she came on Breakfast Club talking about she was bisexual. And then for her video, rolling out her video, she did a skit. And the skit really had nothing to do, I guess, with the song. But she was talking in Spanish. I don't know if it was real Spanish, but they had the words down there. And she was talking about, you know, fussing with her man about tossing the salad, you know, eating her back end out. And, he wouldn't do it. And she was like stressing about it, mad about it, and said, well, if you won't do it, I'll get somebody else to do it. And boom, a woman come through the door and says, I do it. And then he started crying like, "Ugh." And the whole exception is, hey, if you won't eat your woman butthole, she'll just find another man and woman to do it. So you might as well do it and satisfy her. But you're going to lose a good woman or whatever, or a good man. Kevin Gates was big at pushing this, the butt play, you know. Uh, and it's sad, but I see a lot of, so that's how this thing got pushed. This how it starting to come, during the time of this homosexual stuff, and this how they started pushing it. Now it's become a trend, and everybody talking about it, and uh, it's like become a part of sex now. Like what? You don't. It's so filthy and nasty. You know how unclean that is, and you not married or plan to be with a person for your life, and you go down and do something like that as if it's just a part of routine sex. And what it is, butt play. I'm talking specifically about women's having their butt licks and men's having their butt lit. But not only that, the butt play was going on is also men sticking it in women's back door. Yeah, a lot of, it's a lot of that going on in this generation. And it make you sound like, oh, you just got to try it once. It may be for you, it may not be for you. And in reality, it's just gay sex. And the sad thing is, me being a Hebrew, I thought a lot of Hebrew brothers know better. I done seen Hebrew brothers argue with other Hebrew brothers and either try to argue with me and try to argue with other Hebrew brothers that it's okay for them to go in their wife uh toilet bowl, if you catch my draft to put it in her toilet bowl where she go to the bathroom. And they'll bring up stupid scriptures like, oh, the marriage bed is undefiled. Yeah, so don't defile it. You can defile the marriage bed by doing ungodly and defiled things. And gay sex and having sex with animals, see, because you married don't mean you can bring in an animal or do things that's ungodly. Yeah, the marriage bed is undefiled, so why defile it? When the most I said, when well, not the most I, but when the apostle was making the example that the marriage bed is undefiled, what do you think he was talking about? He was talking about a man and a woman having original sex as it was meant for them to have. Because there's nothing wrong with that. There's a man married to his wife that they can have uh, sex as it was meant and created for them to have. The right way, the way it was created, the original way, the true way, the straight way. And if you do it the other way, it's gay sex. And they'll argue, no, it ain't gay if you do it with a woman. It ain't gay if you do it with a woman. Even if you do it with a woman, it's still gay sex. I had a brother say, you know what? I don't like men's. I don't desire men's. Uh, I don't want to be with a man. I never slept with a man. But my wife, I do it with my wife. That mean I'm gay? And two things can be true at the same time. You can not desire a man sexually. You can never sexually been with a man, but still have gay sex with a woman because that's what that is. That's gay sex. How do you think gay men have sex? Just think about it. Let's just lose common sense. Now we know a woman cannot enter another woman. They both got, you know, and usually they bring in some type of toys, dildo or something, and get freaky like that in an ungodly way. But with a man, both of them have this wood, and one of it stick it in the other man's back part. That's how gay men have sex. It's called gay sex. That's how they get down. If you do it with a woman, it's still gay sex. You don't have to be attracted to a man. You don't have to never had a sex with a man. But the act that you're doing is gay sex. That's how men have sex with other men. You just doing it with a woman. So if you, the same way gay men have sex, you having it the same way they have it, then you having gay sex. And why would you compromise, put yourself in a position to do what gay men do if you're not gay? Because just as much as a gay man enjoying doing that, it's the same thing, vice versa. It's like, what's the difference between a woman and a man's toilet bowl? Besides, not trying to be graphic or nasty or anything, I can imagine the woman booty is more softer and bigger and jiggly. But other than that, it's gay sex with a woman. You having gay sex with a woman. And these things ought not to be. This is how you defile the marriage bed. The Most High created that, and that is for waste to go out. Waste go out of that. And bowel movement, what she eat, what the body reject, it goes out of that. And there's been plenty of incidents where unsanitary, where they doing the toilet bowl and boo boo is everywhere. Just tell the truth. And you can't. I don't care how much she wash, they wash, or whoever. You're gonna be smelling like boo boo because you're going up in there where boo boo comes at, and that's so disgusting and nasty. And why even do that? That's not even natural. It's an unnatural way of having it. The scripture speak about men's giving themselves up to their own desire, doing things that's unnatural, men's with other men's. If it's unnatural with a man doing it to a man, obviously it's unnatural when you're doing the same thing to a woman. You can't have kids that way. A lot of people make excuses. I seen females say, well, I have it this way because this way I can't have kids and I can keep my thing tight for my husband. And they don't know what type of demons, excuse me. But don't you know there are certain nerves, and this is scientific, that's in your rectum that they say that when you touch, it can cause mental illness. It can cause certain effects. Do you know what type of spirit you putting on yourself? Do you know what you introducing to yourself? And then the whole thing about uh they try to clean it up and when AIDS first came out, it was known that AIDS came from mostly down low men and homosexuals. Now they want to get away from that and act like that don't exist. But that's still true. That's still when you go up in there and certain veins or you know may have certain vein busts or a certain skin tear because that's kind of natural, especially when you do something like that because there's really no looping. So you got to get looping, to even go up in there to loosen it up to what they call it looping to make it easier or whatever. You ain't got to do that. The woman naturally get wet for you to slide in, but when you do it the other way, you got to use alternate stuff. And yeah, that stuff can cause diseases, all type of, cause women to have trouble with going to the bathroom, and I'm just speaking men's doing that to women right now. I ain't even speaking about the homosexual because we already know that shouldn't be done. But these men's that try to make excuse and say, well, I can do it with my wife, you know, or with my girlfriend. First, you shouldn't be having sex with your girlfriend, so wait till marriage. And no, you are defiling the marriage bed by having gay sex, by having an unnatural way of where the Most High not intended for us to do things. It's lust. You know, Satan don't invent anything. He just corrupt. And he has corrupted sex for a lot of people. It's like the apostle said, the marriage bed is undefiled. There's nothing wrong with you having sex with your wife. But the devil can pollute that too. But nevertheless, I just want to vent. I think this is a conversation that we need to have, that our generation need to have, that we need to be aware of. We need to get back to men's being men's. We need to get back to doing things the way it should be done. Uh, we see what's going on when we do it the other way. And like I said, this agenda that's being pushed, it's a Satanist agenda where they just anything goes, it's fluent. The same way you have a man have sex with a man, the same way a man can have sex with a woman. That's not how it should be. You know what I'm saying? That's not how it should be at all. Nevertheless, like I said, they push it through these celebrities and through music, and they make it sound cool. And a lot of these brothers that was pushing it was on the down low, and they made it feel like, hey, if you do it, it's not gay. And they have beautiful women backing it up, saying, yeah, I don't mind if my man do it. It ain't gay if he do it. Yes, it is. It's gay. What you think the next step is? When you get certain appetites and being introduced to certain things, it's open the door. That's why nowadays we have a lot of down download brothers because some female, it may not even be a man that took them out. Some female took them out. Some female was like, let me get this dildo and stick it up your, and it don't make you gay. And he did it. And now he got a taste for it. And now he twisting and bending over and getting caught with transgenders because somebody that introduced sin in an unnatural way or having sex in his life. Because, some female touching there and rubbed it there. It's just just to think about what comes out of there and people putting their lips on it and putting their mouth in it. Oh, doo-doo breath, stinking breath. You know what I'm saying? Get out of my face. And then it's not like I'm saying, it's not just like it's wrong to even do it with your wife, but these ungodly, wicked race, they just doing it to people that they meet. They date for 2 weeks and they doing that. And then they breaking up and getting with somebody else and doing that. Just putting your mouth in and that way. That's why you gotta be careful who you drink behind. I don't drink behind nobody. You know, if you want something, I'll post something in a cup. Ain't no telling where your mouth been. And that's no offense. I respect you if you do me the same way. I don't want you to drink behind me. Just pour me some in a cup, a separate cup. But yeah, these doors being open, and we wonder why brothers are down low and going to jail. When they go into jail, they end up doing things that they thought they'd never do because they've been doing it. They just been doing it with a female. So it's not a hard transition for them to transition to a male as you think. Once that door is open, it's open. And if you can't control yourself, if you that type of person that will allow for a female to do that to you, or you'll do that to a female, then you already weak minded. You already compromised. And ain't no telling how far you'll go. And like I said, a lot of these down low brothers was making like, yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it. That don't mean I'm gay. That don't mean you gay. And they got these beautiful women to back it up. And then these women's wondering why, like Doechii, the same woman is talk about she bisexual and made a video want the man to toss her salad. It's the same one that made a song by being cheated on by a brother that was down low. It's crazy. This generation is crazy. It's perverted. It's an abomination. It's nasty. If something ain't broke, it don't need to be fixed. I remember her dude. He thought he was saying something to me. And he was like, you never went into the back door with a woman and put her in the toilet? I was like, nah, that's nasty. That's gay. And I was nothing but 17 at the time. And he was like, shoot, that ain't gay. He was like, I tell you this, if you do it once, I promise you wouldn't even want the poo nanny no more. You would just want it like that every time. And I guess he thought he was saying something. And that was so alarming and a red flag and turned me off. I was like, listen, I don't know what type of crack you on. I don't know what you smoking. But if I mean anything to take me from the punanti, to make me not want the punanti no more, I don't want it. If that's something that's gonna make me not want the natural woman in the natural way, I don't want it. Yeah. But nevertheless, when the conversation, the ideas get sparked, and if the thought was never put there, if the idea was never put there, if there was never nobody to influence, it wouldn't even be a thought. I can remember like 15 years ago. I don't even think this was if people was doing, nothing new upon the sun. It was these freaky, ungodly people, and you know, most people didn't get down like that. It was understood that if you got down like that, that you was really freaky. Because you was the type that was a porn star. You was the type that would get tossed by 3 or 4 different men. You was the type that was down low. You was that type. But now they trying to make it normal so it can be this agenda they pushing. Well, it don't matter who you are or what you are. You can have sex with anybody, any type of way, uh, and not be feeling guilty or look down and shame for it. People morals and principles is shot, and they just chasing clout and desire likes. I had a conversation with my older sister, and I said the older people should be teaching the younger people, but they got this thing where it's a young man's game, it's a young people world, so they follow after the young people. The older people is saying, oh, the young people do this. This a trend. They try to use the slang. You done seen old people there. What y'all young people using today? How y'all talk? I'm trying to be hip. I'm trying to be up with the time. And you got older generation being led and lead by the younger generation because they want to be cool, because they want to be hip. So they said, let me follow the younger generation when they should be leading. And then the people that is leading our youth are insecure. Just think about it. You got a woman that got BBL, and this is who our young ladies look up to. And she's singing on the song like she got so much confidence, but she insecure. So an insecure person that don't like her body, that had to go up underneath to get BBL, she's insecure, she's unstable, she's not guided, but she's guiding and influenced a whole bunch of generations. And now you wonder why girls out there trying to get BBLs and insecure is because the people that they follow are insecure. How we let insecure people be influenced? This should be understood. If this woman is getting BBLs and talk about selling herself for money, she don't value herself and she don't respect herself, and she insecure. But these are the people that are being pushed up and rap and being influenced and leading other people. Same thing. These dudes talk about paying for it and flying these women out on flight and spending money just for one night. You telling me for just for a poo nanny, just for a pretty face and a pew nanny, you flying her out and buying her bags and treating her with a good time? Like, that's what lames do. Like, you never got something from a pretty woman before? Like, you let a pretty woman that much put you in a chokehold where you flying her out just for one night, don't know it, just to hit it for one night? You ain't got the game, no respect for yourself to say, hey, if she don't like me for me, that's what it was. When we said we wasn't going to pay for it, that's how I was brought up, you know, no tricking. It wasn't because we didn't have it. It's because if you with me, if you dig me for me, and we can have a good time. But if you just in it for the money, then you playing me. But a lot of dudes nowadays, they willing to play themselves and be played. And they think it's an even change. What, you want the money? I give her the money for the sex. And that was always just a lame way to get a woman. And women like that don't respect men. They talk about men like that, and every time you get it, the price go up. And real ones know that, you know, that they are that these women will have these lame pay thousands of dollars to fly them out, and they'll have some dude from the hood that ain't paying a dime, and she'll take the money that you gave her and give it to him because he's real without the money, because she like him without the money. She only with you because of the money. So anytime she'll cross you, or anybody else that come with a bag, like, there's no loyalty there. So what you bragging about? Basically, you just sleeping with a prostitute. The only thing is you paying big dollars to do it. Skip Bayless type of energy, playing 1 million just to hit it. That's sad. But nevertheless, settle down. Get you a virtual woman that love you for you, that respect you, that can't be bought. That's the real flex. When only you can have sex with your woman, but it don't matter how much money a dude got, how good he look, because she tapped in with you, because she's feeling you, because she loyal to you. And no matter how much money he flash, his jewelry, his cars, he can't get her. She's yours. And vice versa, no pretty face, big booty can't get you. When you have self-control and be able to move like that, that's when you upgrade from a king to a god in every sense. But you're not controlled by your lust. A lot of these men, they not even kings. They not even men. They still little boys. and doing strange things, having gay sex. Whether you like it or not, that's what it is. Uh, let's cut it out, man. Let's get back to uh, the original. Let's get back to being men. Let's get back to uh, influence pushing uh, righteousness, because that's what real is. Let's push being real, not fake. Let's push being honest and true and godly. Everything else, all that demon time and wickedness and evil. Come on, you fake. Can't trust you. You deceitful. You'll set me up. You nasty. You'll do anything. You'll sell out. You wicked. What do we expect from you? You ain't got no morals. And not even no morals, you ain't got no character. You insecure. What would you do for the money? Never sell my soul. Never go against my morals. Won't sell out my people. What would you do for money? You're a prostitute, so you'll do anything. But as always, let y'all be true and every man a lie. Till next time, shalom.